So Khalid from the Rocket end and Miraz from the Dutch Bangla Bank end. Again, it's very important that Bangladesh dry the runs out, not allow those easy boundaries. Last boundary came 8 balls ago. Need to put in some kind of pressure, not allow easy runs. Get the batters thinking, a bit of pressure on them. Dot ball to start with. Miraz coming round the wicket to the left-handed Sean Williams. He tries to play along with the turn. A huge gap in the deep extra cover area. The backward point. He gets short delivery. He can play it late. Comes down the track. Goes straight. Fielder trying to come underneath. Well taken catch. Very well taken catch by Mahmudullah Sanjoy. Tempted and devastated Sean Williams as he departs.
The reaction of Sean Williams shows you that he understands exactly what he's done. Batted so well up until this stage, long off back on the boundary, and he's looking to clear that fielder. And straight away he knew he was in trouble, Sean Williams. Had he hit it properly, he probably would have cleared the boundary. But he hasn't, and has to go. Entertaining 59. Zimbabwe 193 for 6.
First wicket for Mehdi Hasan Miraj, and an important one, and that brings in Wellington Masakadza. Surely can bat 11 50s, over 1700 runs in his first class career. Surely want to reflect that to the international arena. He is here because there was a lapse in concentration, rather.
Yeah, there really was no need for this from Sean Williams. Having worked so hard and weathered the tough storm of this morning and got himself to a situation where he really could accumulate the runs now in this post-lunch and possibly post-tea session. But that says it all.
The reaction itself tells you a lot. Mentioning that there's a huge gap in the deep extra cover area. Long off was there. It was slightly straighter delivery. Came down the wicket, but it was actually a very good catch. Well judged by Mahmudullah Sanjoy in the deep. Did have a fair bit of ground to cover.
Yeah, he did. What helped is that the ball went so high in the air. So it gave him an opportunity to try and get himself as close as possible where the ball was going to end up. Quicker and faster to end the 55th. 193 for 6.
There's a couple of 50s, Bennett and Williams, that has helped Zimbabwe to this score, but it would be sad that they couldn't convert. Mayavo faced 19 deliveries in the middle. Masakadza just came in very fresh. The previous over, as Miraz bowled a wicket maiden. Now this is positive from Nazmul Sanchanto, where I like his captaincy, attacking mindset. Realizes the situation that there's a new batter in the middle. Change from the rocket end. Hassan Mahmood brought back. Edge. Oh, tough chance. Was a quick one. It was Joy again. Put some hand on it. Couldn't gather.
Well, it's a monumental effort to even just get a hand on that. It's gone quickly. It's high, and that is a valiant one-handed effort. Half a chance, if that.
Certainly putting hand to something like that, coming that quick, he definitely saved some runs. A very good catch just in the previous over. Different role now though. Standing in the slip cotton. It's a different ball game altogether.
Yeah, it definitely is. But you'll find most of the guys that stand in the slip cordon can feel almost anywhere else on the field. Lead by 4.
Well bowled in that channel. You yourself were a slip fielder, weren't you?
I was, yeah.
Tried that?
When the ball came, yes. If I held on to it.
Other times you would have a good, nice conversation with the wicketkeeper.
Yeah, I mean, it's more talking that goes on in the slips, I think, than anywhere else on the cricket field. But yeah, I was generally a slip fielder for the majority of my career.
Intriguing. Yeah. Oh, that's a peach. That's a peach. Bit of an appeal, particularly from behind the stumps. Umpire not so interested.
There definitely was a noise when the ball went past the bats. I don't think it was leather on wood though. Decision is not to take the review, and I think it's a good one.
Nice channel. Late movement. Did sound like a bit. What was that? Oh. Beautiful delivery from Hassan Mahmood. What are those conversations like, Tino? Family affairs, what are you having for lunch?
Wow. It can be absolutely anything, Shamanoi. And the majority of it won't be to do with what's going on the field. Formula One, where Manchester City is on the Premier League table. That's the kind of conversation that happens in the slips.
Back of a length. Just 2 runs in this Hassan Mahmood over. After 56 overs, Zimbabwe are 195 for 6.
Bangladesh done well to pick up 2 wickets in this session. However, the start was good by the Zimbabwean batters early on, post-lunch session, but since then, the Bangladeshi bowlers finds their rhythm. Mayavo Miraj picked up the big wicket of Sean Williams in his previous over. Up against Masakadza. Surely gained that rhythm after that wicket. Mayavo Miraj, he's a thinking bowler. And the way he set up Sean Williams in the previous over was exceptional. First couple of deliveries pitched on the good line, good length, and then the third one, it was a lot slower, 82.3 Ks. Prompted Sean Williams to come down the track and go for that big heave. Hello, Parvez Maroof.
Looking at that little package, that's the typical way of dangling the carrot by Mayavo Miraj, slowing it down, making sure that it goes through the eye line, asking the batter to come out of the crease. Dangle the carrot. Sean Williams wanted to have a munch at it. He took it. And an important stage of this game. Remember, just a 5 runs lead. If Sean Williams had stayed on, just playing the ball on its merit, spent the day possibly not out on 80-85, would have been a different story at the end results. Now Bangladesh will feel they're back in the game. Want to get rid of the next 4 wickets somehow quickly, right off the deficit as soon as possible, and then they'll feel they'll have a chance to win this test match.
End of a very good over, a maiden from Mayavo Miraj, Zimbabwe, 195 for 6. Despite losing 6 wickets, Zimbabwe did manage to take the first innings lead. They now lead by 4 runs, and every run from here on will be crucial in the context of this test match. Hassan Mahmood steaming in, testing Mayavo with that short pitch delivery.
One for the over been called by Richard Illingworth. That was a good bounce right on the money. He's happy, isn't he, the little man? 10 minutes ago, dismissed Sean Williams. Crowd has been quite disappointing, got to be said, Maza. But whoever's turned up, they're worth the money. Good test cricket, hard yards been done. Plenty of fast bowlers in action, lots of overs been bowled. A fair battle between the bat and the ball. There's a good shot again by Mayavo. This time it reaches the boundary. Anything short in his arc outside the off stump, Mayavo has been quite good at it.
That boundary takes Zimbabwe to 199. They now lead by 8 runs. Yes, slightly the back of a length. Mayavo timed it really well. Manages to find the gap. From here on, the Bangladeshi bowlers not just have to look to pick up wickets, at the same time they need to contain those runs.
I shouldn't be too greedy. The bowling setup of Bangladesh wanted to pick up the next 4 wickets. Have to do the same good things that they've been doing it right throughout the day. First session 66 runs, 4 wickets. Now 66 runs already for 2 wickets. Just have to continue doing the same old thing. Can bat 417 half centuries for Nyasha Mayavo, the wicket keeper. Very crucial player. And number 7. 138 innings. Decent numbers in first class cricket for a wicket keeper. But boy, would he love to get some runs when the team needs him badly to win a test match against Bangladesh.
Got a good first class record, Mayavo. 360 runs, 417 50s. 2 of his 4 first class hundreds came during the 2017-18 Logan Cup. So this guy can bat.
A number 7 player usually is wicket keeper. Got to bat with the tail. He has to bat with the older ball, the new ball. Sometimes when the second new ball comes available for the bowling side, so technique will be tested as well. And the good test sides around the world will always have that player in the middle order who could be that game changer. In the past, we can make the use of names like Adam Gilchrist, MS Dhoni, Matt Pryor, successful test sides. In present, you got Alex Carey in the Australian side. Kusal Mendis for Sri Lanka has done a wonderful job. So this is something Mayavo has to probably idolize in his game. Keeping wise, he's quite decent. But those numbers, 19 of 30, he has got a good start. Now to kick on, to accumulate any runs.
Punched that on the back foot, rode on top of the bounce. I don't think the ball has got enough legs to reach the fence, but he will fetch 3 runs. Mayavo, end of the over, 7 coming from it. Zimbabwe gone past 200. They are now 202 for 6.
We are ready, guys. We are ready, guys.
Next man in, Richard and Garava. Muzarabani and Nuachi, the last man in, but at the moment, owners will be on the 2 batters in the middle for Zimbabwe. Wellington, Masakadza and Mayavo. Mayavo looking good for his 22 of 31. Jason Miraj to continue. Rocked on the back foot again, punched that well. Will it reach the fence? I don't think so. Fielder Hassan Mahmood does really well. On some great commitment. A relay throw back.
Pretty sure that the boundary check will happen. Hassan Mahmood, after bowling the over, he had to sprint across. So does the fielding, and he does really well. Commitment at its best. Every single run counts in a close test match. Slightly short, and Mayavo, what he does really well, he uses the depth of the crease really well. Onto the back foot. Most importantly, found the gap. Just to finish up on Mayavo's progress as a wicketkeeper batter, he averages 16 recently concluded first class tournament in Zimbabwe. So he's no mug with the bat, he still can bat. But what he does, the team needs you badly in crunch situations against a quality bowling side on a tricky pitch. These are the runs that he'll remember as well as team will cherish.
These runs will surely help him to gain the confidence for the coming days as well.
Beautiful, boy. Beautiful.
Behind that one, Masakadza. Good defensive technique. Against the spinner, it's important to have a good technique. Urban players having a net session.
Oh!
It was a lot slower from Medias and Miraj.
Stuart Matsakanyeri, the fielding coach. What a player he was in his playing days. Had pleasure of playing against, beg your pardon, Machakaneri, one of the brilliant fielders going around in that area. It's good to see him with the national setup of Zimbabwe. 205 for 6.
.205 for 6 Zimbabwe. They now lead by 14 runs. Each run will be crucial in the context of this game. Here comes Hassan Mahmood. What I observed about Mayavo, he's committed to his back foot almost all the time against the spinners and also against the fast bowlers. So the bowlers and the captain of the Bangladesh team needs to rectify this. Just have a look at this. He's committed to his back foot. Anything big shot, even it's not short enough, he's on his back foot right away. It will be important for the bowlers to realize this aspect of his batting and bowl him a lot fuller. Anything on the back foot, Mayavo will pounce onto it. He will only get a single though. This is an area Mayavo can be vulnerable at times.
A rare loose delivery by Hassan Mahmood.
Thank you.
133 against spin. Clearly prefers to space the spin bowlers. 24 deliveries against pace. I mean, he's looks solid. Bulk of the runs has been made with both spin and pace. Looking at how he has scored the runs, I'm pretty sure the think tank in the dressing room of Bangladesh would have kept a note. Will be passing across Najmul Shanto as a message that try and get Mayavo to the front foot, ask him to dry, ask him to play in the way, especially when the fast bowlers are blowing. As I said again, repeating myself, that he'll use the depth of the crease really well. That's been the secret so far of him scoring the runs.
Ice packs being prepared. You need a lot of those in these muggy conditions. The test, as we all say, test of temperament, test of your character. Different conditions wherever you travel around the world. You need to adapt quickly. Zimbabweans have done really well so far. Nice ball. Smell the leather, says Hassan Mahmood.
Just quietly, just before the last reverse ball, Najmul Shanto got Mominul Haq into a fielding position that we don't see much in international cricket. Brilliant bouncer. Nicely played as well by Masakadza, letting it pass by with keeping his bat and the gloves below. And Mominul Haq just in front of the nose of the batter on your right of your screen. You don't see much of this fielding position. In the leg side, yes, you will see in English cricket. But this impressed him by Shanto, being proactive.
I think it can also be a ploy to frustrate the batter, having someone right in front of his eye line. Masakadza so far shown great technique. The way he left the delivery, the previous one was outstanding.
Right in the eye line. It's all mind games against Masakadza. With Mominul Haq under the lid silly point. Usually spin, we see this falling position with spin bowlers in operation, not in fast bowlers. Horses for courses. Hassan Mahmood is running in. He's into his 17th over. Just one more delivery to go. His pace has been really good. Puller gets a single with Taijul Islam. Plus the mocking up with a single. 207 for 6.
Bangladesh does well to pick up 2 wickets in this session as well after picking 4 in the first. Mayavo at the crease on 26, Masakadza 1, Medesan Miraj to continue.
Yeah, boy.
Just overheard Nazmul Hossain Shanto before the start of this over. They want to finish at least 4 overs within the next 10 to 11 minutes before tea. I'm really impressed the way Masakadza defended, especially against the spinners. Not afraid to come forward, put that bat in front of the pad. Good technique.
Lovely delivery. All this time, Medesan Miraj has been firing it in. Last delivery made it slower, 85.3 comparing the previous one, 92.4, and hence it's slower, it turned. And that's the doubt you want to create on the batsman's mind. As you correctly said, Masakadza has been solid in his defence. No mug with the bat. He has half centuries in his first class career, has a decent technique, especially against Hassan Mahmood in the last over, the way he let go of the bouncer.
Nicely bowled again. It's good that they are forcing Mayavo to play on the front foot. I'm sure Medesan Miraj will be trying to pepper that area, as Mayavo is tend to play on his back foot pretty often. Nice work by the captain. Shot mid-wicket. End of the over. Just one coming from it. Zimbabwe 208 for 6.
Right arm over, change bowling.
For 6, Zimbabwe, they now lead by 17 runs in reply to Bangladesh's 191 in the first innings, with Mayavo at the crease, 26 not out. Masakadza at the other end showing great resilience. He's on 2, but is making sure he kills some time in the middle, as Nazmul Hossain Shanto brings in the speed star Nahid Rana. He will surely test Masakadza. We have mentioned about Masakadza's technique against the fast bowlers, but how will he react against someone like Nahid Rana, who's express?
Nahid Rana will take a couple of balls to warm himself properly. It's never easy coming back to a new spell after a heavy workload in the morning hours. A bit low. That's been the challenge right throughout in this test match for the batters. 1 or 2 delivery just keeps a bit low and testing out the wicket keeper. David Boone, a character and a half in his playing days. He's number 3 player for Australia. He made his debut in the international match referee in 2011 in Bulawayo. And coincidentally, our director Lowe was there directing the game, and we've been told that he's going to retire after this series. David Boone, from after the test match in Chattagram, 14 plus years in the elite panel, has always been a character. He made his debut against Zimbabwe versus Pakistan, and finishers against Zimbabwe versus Bangladesh. Always man with a smile, a brilliant player in his playing days, playing at number 3, fields at forward, short leg. Silly mid-on, when great late Shane Warne used to bowl. These are the memories I go back to. And even every time I see him while working in international cricket, he's always with a smile. So wish you very good luck, sir. We will be missing your presence in the future.
Great character, David Boone, as you rightly mentioned. To be his big fan. Get the stats there. 107 test match, over 7,000 runs with the best of a double 100 average, over 43 ODIs, great records as well, over 5,900. He was a safe pair of hands.
All I'm thinking, how many balls did he cut down when Shane Warne was bowling? It's never easy being in Silimidon and Silimidon. He used to be a great catcher, close ends to in the field. That knack of scoring big runs and against quality runs, and those days, mind you, the pitches in Australia was spicy. And number 3, likes of Mark Taylor, Steve Waugh, Mark Waugh, what a side those as Australia used to have. In that side, David Boone was a stalwart. All the 14 years in ICC match refereeing, dominating it. A character that no one will forget. And 208 for 6.
Operasen. Ball in, left arm round.
Come TJ!
5 bowlers used so far by skipper Nazmul and Shanto, and Nahid Rana is the one with the most success. 3 wickets so far for him, 1 each for Hassan Mahmood, Khalid and Miraj. Tajul Islam replaces Mejas and Miraj. Mentioning about Tajul Islam, he's someone who needs to get into the groove. The most experienced bowlers in the Bangladesh lineup. Got a bit of hammering early on. And I'm sure he will tease Mayavo on his front foot. Love the way he plays his game, Tajul Islam. He's the most lovable character in the dressing room. Everybody enjoys his company. And going on the back foot.
So far in this innings, he has not been effective. Tajul Islam into his 6th over. Great numbers for a left-arm spinner. A burst of 8 for 39. He'll be in a handful come the second innings, that's for sure. This pitch shows signs of turn and bounce. When it does happen in the second innings, Tajul Islam will be hoping in the second innings the batters of Bangladesh will put up a better show, get a decent lead, and get Tajul Islam and Mejas and Miraj to pick up the wickets. Bad delivery again, missed out. Mayavo thought could have easily passed to a square leg or the fine leg area, fine for a boundary, but unfortunately he found the fielder, the lone fielder at deep square leg.
About Tajul Islam, I always feel his bowling is like having an Indian food. At first it tastes sweet, but as you go further, you feel the spices. Nicely bowled. Just one from the over. Good one from Tajul. Zimbabwe. 209 for 6. A good partnership developing between Mayavo and Masakadza, playing a lot of deliveries. 51 for their 16-run stand so far. Masakadza showing great technique. Mayavo, on the other hand, will have to face the music against Nahid Rana. Watchfully left.
Now that was quick. Thudded into the gloves of the wicket keeper. 141.3. And just quietly, the square leg fielder was trying to save the single. Has been dropped down 3/4 away. Mushikur Rahim. Fine games to play against Mayavo. It's letting him know that the bouncer is imminent. Probably not the bouncer. The wicket taking ball will be the fuller one.
I think Mayavo with that short pitch delivery coming onto his body. Fielder at short leg can come handy. It's the last over before tea. And being a batter in the past, Parvez bhai, whenever you're out in the middle, before a break goes through your mind.
This is a tricky period. Sometimes as a batter, you're batting so well for a while and all of a sudden you want to play for the tea break by surviving the next few deliveries. Your body language all of a sudden goes to a negative frame of mind. And sometimes that can be your downfall. So having that balance in between the middle part is going to be important. Short leg fielder, that's right throughout this test match. Both the teams have occupied. Very, very crucial little period of 3 deliveries for Mayavo. Zimbabwe would like to go unharmed, 209 for 6 or probably 1 or 2 runs more with 3 deliveries more. And they'll feel they'll have the upper hand come the post-tea session, coming back and piling up the runs and piling up the misery on the local side.
2 more deliveries to go before the tea break. And how often do we see a batter loses his cool just before a break? Just before the last delivery of a break, maybe a couple of deliveries before that, trying to do something different or maybe to make a statement. Nahid Rana really needs to make sure he forces the batter to play at him. He's got 2 slips and a gully in place. That's what I was talking about. Just falling short of the fielder at gully, made this a mirage.
Soft hands of Mayavo saved the day for him. If he had pushed at it, it would definitely carry it to the gully fielder. Playing away from the body. Just a mirage for a second, or millisecond, he would have thought he's in the game. Nahid Rana thought he had almost had his 4th wicket. He definitely deserves his fifer. Almost at the 4th. Last ball before tea.
That was close too. Got a bit of outside edge. Will find the boundary. But the bowler would feel he has done a good job. But the batter will take the boundary as they head towards the dressing room for a cup of tea and have a break. Zimbabwe does well in the end. 213 for 6. They now lead by 22 runs.
Yeah, awkwardly played the last ball. Yes, it went for a boundary. Don't think Mayavo intended the ball to go towards third man. Was late to the stroke. Probably wanted to leave initially, but he brought the bat down in time. Most importantly, no harm done for Zimbabwe and finishes off with a boundary. In that session, definitely belongs to Zimbabwe. 26 overs, 80 runs and 2 wickets fallen. The wicket keeper and Wellington Masakadza done a decent job also, building up a partnership of 20 unbroken in 57 deliveries.
As you mentioned, a good session for Zimbabwe, losing just 2 wickets, scoring 80 runs, over 3 runs per over. Mayavo still at the crease. Surely play a key role for Zimbabwe on 31 so far. Sean Williams played some glorious shots for his 50. That one down the ground was superb. So does on the back foot. Taijul Islam got a bit of hammering. Sean Williams striking a 6 and a boundary in the same over of Taijul Islam to reach his 50. Wesley Madavere also taking on Taijul before he was chopped onto the stump by Khalid Ahmed to pick up his first wicket of the game. Since then, Mayavo showed great resilience, played some good shots as well, making sure Zimbabwe doesn't look to play just like that when Sean Williams lost his cool, lapse of concentration, and Madison Miraj gives the breakthrough. Good catch in the deep by Mahmudullah Sanjoy. Mayavo hung in till the end as they went for the tee on 213 for 6, leading by 22 runs, and the Zimbabwean dressing room will be pleased the way their batters batted in the second session. So far, 6 wickets lost. The second session belongs to Zimbabwe. Resilience for his 2 of 29. They'll be hoping to stretch the lead further when they came out after tea. Partnerships between Madavere and Williams was 48, and now the partnership between Masakadze and Mayavo proving to be very handy for Zimbabwe. 20 of 57. They'll be looking to make it big when they came out again. With the ball, it was Nahid Rana, 3 for 56 for the Spitza, with Khalid, Hassan Mahmood and Miraj picking up a wicket each for Bangladesh. Quick match summary: Bangladesh 191 in reply, Zimbabwe 213 for 6 at tea. They now lead by 22 runs as the game is evenly poised. Right, we'll take a short break and we'll come back after the tea break.
কারেন্ট নাই, লোডশেডিং চলছে।
লোডশেডিং এড়াতে এসির তাপমাত্রা 25 ডিগ্রিতে রাখুন।
একটি হারানো বিজ্ঞপ্তি, একটি হারানো